Let go or stay stuck. The man trapped by his past. Every morning before sunrise, when the village was still asleep and the sky carried a pale blue silence, Karan would wake up. Not because he was disciplined, not because he was motivated, but because his life had taught him that stopping meant sinking. He lived in a small Indian village where roads were uneven, electricity was uncertain, and dreams were often passed down broken from one generation to the next.
Outside his mud brick house stood his donkey, Minto, tied patiently to a wooden cart. The cart was old, cracked wheels, rusted nails, but it carried baskets of fruits, vegetables, and seasonal crops every single day to the nearby city. That cart fed Karan. That cart fed his family. And that cart carried something else too, his past. The weight no one could see. As Karan loaded tomatoes, onions, spinach, and sugarcane onto the cart, his hands moved automatically. He had done this for years, but his mind never stayed in the present. It stayed 10 years behind, back to the day his father died.
His father had once owned land, good land, fertile land, but a failed deal, a trusted friend who betrayed him, and a loan that grew faster than crops destroyed everything. The land was sold, pride was lost, and soon after, his father's heart gave up. People in the village said, "Life happens," but Karan heard something else. "You failed your family." Since that day, he carried guilt like a sack of stones on his back. The same road every day. Every morning, Karan walked the same dusty road to the city, pulling the cart behind Minto. The city market was loud, fast, and impatient. Shopkeepers shouted, customers bargained, trucks passed him like he didn't exist. Some days he sold everything. Some days he returned with half the load. But every day, without fail, he returned exhausted, not just in his body, but in his soul. People saw a hard-working villager. They didn't see the man who replayed the same thoughts again and again. If only I had stopped my father. If only I had been smarter. If only I had done more. The past rode with him on that cart. The old man by the road. One afternoon, on his way back from the city, the cart felt heavier than usual. The road hadn't changed, the load hadn't changed, but Karan was struggling. That's when he noticed an old man sitting under a banyan tree by the roadside. The man watched silently as Karan pulled, pushed, and strained to move the cart forward. Finally, the old man spoke. "Son, why are you carrying stones?" Karan stopped, confused. "There are no stones," he replied. The old man smiled. "Look again." Karan looked at the cart. Fruits, vegetables, crops. "Nothing else," he said. The old man stood up slowly, walked to the cart, and tapped the wooden side. "You're carrying what happened yesterday, what you lost, what you couldn't change. That weight doesn't show up on the cart, but it breaks the man pulling it." Karan felt something tighten in his chest. The truth that hurt. The old man continued. "Your donkey walks calmly. He doesn't think about yesterday's road. He doesn't worry about tomorrow's market. He walks because today demands it." Karan looked at Minto. The donkey stood quietly, breathing slowly, unbothered. "You," the old man said softly, "are pulling more than this cart. And until you drop what's behind you, this road will never feel lighter." Karan wanted to argue, wanted to explain his pain, wanted someone to blame.
But deep inside, he knew the truth. He wasn't tired from work. He was tired from holding on. That night, Karan couldn't sleep. For the first time in years, he didn't replay his father's mistakes. He didn't relive the loss of land. He asked himself one question: what am I punishing myself for? His father's choices were not his chains. The past was not asking to be carried. He was the one refusing to put it down.
A small change. The next morning, something changed. Karan still woke up early, still loaded the cart, still walked the same road, but this time his mind stayed with his steps. When a shopkeeper mocked him, he didn't shrink. When a sale went bad, he didn't spiral. He focused on what he could control. Over weeks, people noticed something strange. Karan stood straighter. He spoke less, but with confidence. He started saving small amounts. He learned which crops sold better, which routes were faster. Nothing magical happened, but everything began to move.
Letting go is not forgetting. One day, while resting beside Minto, Karan whispered, "I didn't forget you, Father. I just stopped punishing myself in your name." And for the first time, the road felt lighter. The lesson. Some people never move forward not because they are weak, but because they are loyal to a past that no longer exists. They carry old pain, old mistakes, old versions of themselves, and then they wonder why life feels heavy. Let go or stay stuck. Not tomorrow, not when life becomes easier, in the quiet moment when no one is watching, because freedom begins the moment you drop what no longer belongs to you.